This video is going to overview how to edit forms and create new forms in your WordPress website. You can see I've logged into a WordPress install here, and if I go over to the sidebar, you can see I've got a forms link with a number of options here. I'm going to go ahead and click Edit Forms to view the forms that are currently on the website. And you can see I've got two forms that are created. Got a few different options here. You can edit it, preview it, which shows a sample of how it may look on your website. The entries will show you any entries that you've received. It'll view the results from that form. Notifications allow you to set up or edit notifications. In other words, emails that you receive when someone submits a form from your website. You can duplicate the form if you need to copy it for some reason, or delete it to remove it from your website. I'll go ahead and click Edit, and this brings me to the form editor. You can see I've got a form title up here. This will show up by default, and you'll see that when we go in to create a new form. And then I have a number of fields here which are all editable by clicking the edit link and changing text. So that gives you an idea of how this works. The different fields which can be added are all viewable in this area here. So you can add them just by clicking on them, and they'll appear down here at the bottom of the site. You can then rearrange things to reorder it, and then when you update the form, it'll save those changes. So I think the best way to show you how this process works of building these is to actually create a new form. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click New Form, say yes, I want to leave this page. And here's what you see when you first start a form. So you have the ability to title the form by clicking Edit in this window and putting in a title here. You can also add a short description down here. From there, it's just a matter of adding whatever items you want to appear. So we can add a, for instance, like under the advanced field options, we can add a name field. Then we could add a phone number field just by clicking on it. And then if we go back under the standard fields, we could add in a paragraph text. And maybe we want to add an email field in as well. Under advanced, we can click email. All right, and from there, these can be reordered just by dragging and dropping them. And you can also edit the title or name of them here. So we could put your name rather than just name, and you can see it updates here. You can also change the formatting of a lot of these items. So for the name, we could just do, well, I could do extended, which will actually change the way that that field is formatted. So now we have a prefix, first name, last name, and a suffix. You could also just do a simple formatting, which is just a single line of text for their name. And editing these forms is a similar process for any of these. For example, if we put an address in here, I'll click the address form. If I scroll down, you can see I've got a number of items here, but we may decide that we don't need a country, for instance, if we're only expecting US visitors. I can click Edit, pull up the options, and instead of address type international, I can do United States. And you can see the country field disappears. You can also set a default state, so that way any form that's created, California will come up by default, or any other state that you want to select. You can also hide the address line too if you want, and then any description that you want, you can put in there and it'll put that at the bottom of this form. Typically I like to put the descriptions above the item rather than below it. If you go up and click Edit, you can, in this area, description placement, you can select below input or above input. Then when I scroll down, you can see now the description is above the input boxes. So just to overview how you create forms, that's a basic sense of how you do it. Pretty easy to do. There are some more advanced functions that can be done, such as creating a form that will automatically add a post to your website. You will use the post fields to do that, such as setting the post title and the body of the post here. But for that sort of advanced usage, I would recommend contacting us for a video showing you how to do that specifically.